What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. CDK. Listen, I've been gone for a while. I've been chilling. I've been doing my thing. I've been relaxing. I've been enjoying life. And first and foremost, I want to start this off by saying Happy Mother's Day. And I want people to know, son, you can have a great mother and still be a bad child. It happens all the time. I'm living proof of that. I'm living proof and a living testimony to being to having a great mother, a mother that never drank, smoked, went to church every Sunday, still does to this day, been at her job 47 years, and I was a bad child. But let me give y'all a little insight on something that people don't understand. It's something that my brother Free was speaking on the other day, and it makes sense. Even as a child, if you become a teenager or a young adult and you stray, the thing about having a good parent is this: if you have a good parent, somebody's in the household and they're teaching you right and having teaching you values, you can always find your way home. And because my mother taught me value and she put that strap to my behind when it was time, and she didn't mind doing that, and she did the thing that she was supposed to do as a mother, I was able to find my way home and I was able to get back on the right path. Nowadays we don't have that type of, it seems like, I don't know what's going wrong. I don't want to assume, but I know Free, you know what I'm saying? He's a grown man, like I'm a grown man. We came up in a time where you got real ass whoopings and you had to really, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood raised you. Where I come from, the neighborhood, the neighbors could give you a butt whooping. It was nothing to go across the street and get a whooping, man. You might get 3, 4 whoopings in one day. You might get a whooping all the way up and down through the neighborhood. I went through that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my mother for being a great mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. I can give you anything, and it still wouldn't be enough for what you've done for me. What's good, my brother?
What's
Free,
going
can you
on,
hear me?
CDK?
Okay. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Make sure. Let me turn this up a little bit. How you doing today, bro?
Chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Man, happy Mother's Day to your mom, man. Happy Mother's Day.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Man, you
Yeah,
want to
she
say anything? Your
yeah,
experience with your mom and stuff? Go ahead, bro.
yeah, my mother, she's one of those women when you say strong black woman. Um, my mother was married to my father 2 years before I was born. They got married straight out of high school. My mother was 17 when she got married. She had me at 19 going on 20. I'm literally 20 years behind my mother. Um, my mother, she she was brought up in Landover, Maryland. My father was brought up in Landover, Maryland. My father was born in Connecticut, but like I said, they got married young, and she was married to my father all the way until the day he passed away. They was married for 17 years, well, 17 years. Um, and then she got remarried. Probably I say probably about 4 years later, she got remarried to my stepfather before he passed away. So my mother has been through two marriages, and both of them was because her husband passed away. My mother was brought up in the church, and just like you said, my mother was not ashamed to give me a whooping if I
Yeah.
didn't act right. I mean, I remember times where I used to get beat before I went in the store because she knew we was going to act up when we got in the store. I would
Yep.
get beat before we go in the store, while we was in the store, and then when we got home from the store.
Yeah.
Same thing when we went to church.
Yep.
Um, I remember there was times in my house where I couldn't go to bed without getting a beating. Like I
Yeah.
literally would get beat every night before I went to bed, and it wasn't because I was just a bad kid. A lot of times I did stuff on purpose because I wanted to see my little brother get in trouble. But my
Yeah.
mother was the disciplinary person in the relationship. My father, he was more laid back, but when he got fed up, he's like me. When he get fed up, that's the asshole that you don't want. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want that one because it's everything that was built up. But my mother, she's always stand behind her kids. She always put her kids first. Um, we never went without anything. We never went without anything. Like we always stayed fresh. We always had a roof over our head. We always had food in the house. We always had clothes on our back. Um, I remember my mother worked when I was in all the way up until my first grade of elementary. My mother worked while my father was in the military. Um, and then she decided she wasn't going to work anymore, and she became a daycare provider. She wasn't going to work outside. She
Yeah.
became a daycare provider. And man, like I said, my mother was the only person that I can go to and talk to. I still can go to my mother right now and talk to her about anything.
Yeah.
My mother, she's family oriented. Every time we doing stuff with the family, my mother said, "Hey, we having a get together. What we doing? Nothing. We just playing cards and getting together as a family." So my mother, she always, everybody in the neighborhood loved my mother. Everybody, they say she looked like Claire Huxtable, which she really does look like Claire Huxtable.
Yeah.
Um, but everybody loved my mother. She's quiet, she's small, but don't get on the bad side because she's quick to let her hands go. She ain't got
Yeah.
no problem jumping out there and thumping with somebody that did her wrong or did her child wrong. So
Yeah.
my mother is a strong part of the reason I'm the man I am today. Because like I said, my father passed away when I was 14. So my mother pretty much raised me from 14 until I left home when I turned 18. But even then, I was still calling home when I was in the military. Called home every couple of days um, to check on my mother, see how things going with my little brother and my little sister. Um, but I mean, it's really, it's no words that I can say how much my mother meant to me in my growing up, and the things that she taught me just off of simple words that she said. It wasn't a lot that my mother would say. My mother would say simple things, and I understood what she said, what she meant. And
Hmm.
you the mother is always going to be the nurture for the child. They're always going to be the one that the child refers back to more so than the father. They will go to their mother even when they get hurt, when they in trouble. The first thing they do is call for their mother. They
Hmm.
very seldom call for their dad because they know their dad is more of that hard figure, and he ain't really taking no punks like that. And I grew up in the 80s. In the 80s,
Hmm.
you had to be hard. You couldn't be a punk because you was a punk, you gonna be eaten up by the wolves out there. Especially coming up in DC and Maryland at that time. It was real rough in the streets. So I mean, my mother, she already knows what she means to me. And I tell my mother every time I talk to her, I love her. So happy Mother's Day to my mother. And you see a picture of my mother, you wouldn't think that she was 69 years old, but my mother's 69 years old and she's still kicking. You would, like I said, she looks like she could be my older sister. She don't look
Right.
like she's my
Right.
mother.
Man, free. I appreciate that, and I always say this people because people that know me, they be like, man, you don't fear nothing, and I tell them, I said, man, I fear my mother. Man, I ain't lying, free. My mama, I've got whoopings, man, and my mom, like I said, my mama's always been like you said, she's been the one to handle the disciplinary, and even in my household now with my little boy, it's more like you said, he's not gonna run to me when he's want to whine or complain because he knows that dad gonna be a little more hardcore. I'm laid back though in a sense to where she gonna handle business. It be times where it be something I want to overlook, you know what I'm saying? But she not gonna overlook it. That's the difference, you know what I'm saying? With I think even my mom and my pops, even though they were in the same household, my pops, I think my pops might have maybe one time get whoop me in my whole life. But my mom, you know what I'm saying, she was always the one that made sure she stayed on top of things when it came to taking care of business, to me doing knowing right from wrong. She always been that woman, man. And shout out to all the mothers, you know what I'm saying? All the mothers deserve a
Hmm.
happy Mother's Day. And even if I ain't gonna lie to you, friend. I'm one of them people I hate when I see somebody put out there, shout out to all the real mothers. I hate those type of statements, and I'm gonna tell you why. We here because of what? Whether or not you had a real relationship with your mother or not, thank
Well,
God
you,
you had a mother.
you you only could be here through a lady. You can't be
That's
here
it.
through two men. You can't even be here um, without a parent. You have to come through a human being in order to be here, and it has to be a woman.
That's it. That's it, free. So I don't want to hear that. Shout out to all the real mothers. Shout out to if a mother gave birth to you and you're here and you're doing well and you're okay. Shout out to those ladies, man. They deserve that. And
Hey,
if y'all go ahead, Free.
no, I want to say, I mean, even if you want to, if you're a religious person, the most powerful man that ever walked this green earth, who we
Yeah,
say is the closest thing to God, that man came through a woman. Now
yeah.
she might have been a virgin, but he still came through her.
Came through a
So
woman.
he came through a woman. So if he had to come through a woman, we all got to come through a woman.
That tells you everything right there on the free. They tell you everything, man. Could have summed it up better. And if y'all see the title, man, listen, I'm a guy, I've always been a sneakerhead. I've always loved shoes, and we're gonna get into boxing. We're gonna get into everything, but I want to start this off today because I've been doing a lot of research and just looking at the sneaker industry and realizing that right now the sneaker industry is a $6 billion corporation, the resale of sneakers, and by 2030 it'll be a $30 billion corporation. And the number one selling sneaker as far as goes with resale right now is the Jordan ones, which a lot of people say I'm an OG, free OG. He might like the Jordan ones. Like a lot of these younger guys, they into the Jordan fours, the threes. I got it ain't too many Jordans I don't have, but the one has always had a special place in my heart. And before Michael Jordan, now I want people don't get it twisted. Michael Jordan had the first real sneaker deal. But before him, Walt Frazier and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if you go back and Freak probably can remember this, Adidas had Kareem picture on the front, his face on the front of Adidas. Do you remember that, Free?
Yep,
Can you
yep,
remember?
yep. I remember those. I mean,
Yeah,
was it Bill Russell that had
Bill
the Chuck
Russell.
Taylors,
Yep,
or was
yep.
it or
Bill
was
Russell.
it Bill Walton? I mean,
No, it
uh,
was.
uh,
Hold on.
Wilt Chamberlain. I meant to say, was it
Yeah,
Wilt Chamberlain or
Walt.
Bill
Yeah,
Russell that had the
if he
Chuck Taylors?
So when I started looking up Free, what they meant by having the first sneaker deal, I was like, hold on, Jordan couldn't have the first sneaker deal. And I found out why they said the first sneaker deal. Those guys had endorsements. Michael Jordan, and the reason I'm talking about this today because Michael Jordan's mother, in his Mother's Day, she made the decision for Michael Jordan to sign with Nike over Adidas. His mother did. His mother also a very smart woman. Michael Jordan is not
Oh,
in the
great
position
move.
he is today if his mother doesn't tell Nike, my son needs 25%. Nike was not the shoe that it is today. It was not the number one shoe. Back then, Adidas was, head and shoulders above Nike. Michael Jordan changed the landscape, or should I say, his mother changed the landscape when she decided not to sign with Adidas and to go ahead and sign with Nike and tell them, hey, my son got to have 25% of the company, in order for him to sign. And that was a very smart business move for, Big Three,
Yeah,
so I'm going to ask
yeah.
y'all, what is your favorite?
Salute, CDK. Salute, different.
Salute. Happy Mother's Day to your mother, Big 3, too.
Appreciate that, family, and all the women in your life. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Free, to Miss Free. I
Thank you.
hope
Thank you.
everybody blessed for the day. But go
Let me
ahead,
ask y'all,
CDK. What's your question?
if you have a favorite shoe, if it's Jordan or whatever, what is your favorite sneaker?
Oh, me personally, to be honest with you, right now it's the Jordan One. I like the Jordan One, but I also my favorite sneaker. I mean, growing up it was the 12s. I ain't gonna lie to you, the 12s, the white and black ones.
Yeah, yeah. The
The white
OG.
and black, yeah, the white and black 12s. Yeah, I love those, and I always those and the cool grays.
Mm,
Those probably my two favorite. Just the cool grays, just those two.
yeah. Free.
Yeah,
What is your favorite sneaker, Free?
I mean, the first pair of shoes that I can remember that I've ever worn. Of course, I wore shoes from a child, from a baby up until um, kindergarten. But the first pair of shoes I ever remember wearing was in kindergarten, which was the Jordan ones. At that time, if you remember, if you CDK will remember because he was around
Yeah,
during that time when Jordan first came out. every time he put out a pair of shoes, he put out Air Jordan for the adults and Sky Jordan for the kids.
Yep.
And so the Sky Jordans will look a little bit different from the Air Jordans. Like the Air Jordans, when he came out with the black and gray, like it looked like snake skin on the front, but it was really suede. When they came out with the adults, they had an air bubble at the bottom of it. The kids didn't have air bubbles. So every time he put out the kids, it was always called Sky Jordan, and it was just a little bit different from the adults. But the very first pair of shoes that I ever remember having was the Sky Jordans, though. The original color, white, red, and black. Those were the original color because he was playing with the Chicago Bulls. Those are his first pairs of shoes that he put out. But my favorite pair, yeah, my favorite pair, like mine's was actually all red, and it had the black swish and then the white where you got the white at.
And Free, it's crazy not cutting you off. If you can see that, he came back out this year with the Sky Jordan.
Yeah.
And this is my son. These are my sons right here. But this is the Sky Jordan that you're talking about.
Yep. My very favorite pair of Jordans, because Jordan was always my number one shoe to go to. Like I would get a pair of New Balance because New Balance is big in the DMV. I would get a pair of I had a pair of the Ken Griffey Juniors. I had a pair of the Barclays. I had a pair of the Tim Duncans. I had a pair of the Kevin Durant. I mean the Kevin Garnett's. So I had a lot of different pairs of shoes, but my number one go-to pairs of shoes was always Jordans. I had every pair of Jordans they ever made. Even when he came back from when he was playing, I mean, actually when he left and he was playing with the White Sox and he had those Jordans that he made for the White Sox. I didn't really care for them, but I bought them because they was Jordans. And the color that I had was, I believe it was black and brown. I had the black and brown color. But my favorite Jordan was the Jordan 13s. I got a pair of them. Mine's in the room now. I got a pair of them now. The white with the sky blue because of the Carolina. But I didn't get them because of Carolina. I got them because they go with my jeans. I like when I wear a pair of blue jeans and a white T-shirt, I can throw it on those Jordans because they go right with it. But those are my favorite pairs of Jordan was the 13s. A lot of people like the ones. Some people like the 9s. Some people like the 12. The 13s was always my favorite. When he came out with the 13s, I was hooked. As soon as one of them got messed up, I went out and bought another pair of 13s. Those were my favorite pair of Jordans that he ever made. I didn't care. Like I said, I didn't care for the ones that he made with the White Sox. I believe that was the 9s. I believe those were the 9s that he made for the White Sox. I didn't really care for they look decent. I didn't really care for them as much. But the 13s and the Bugs Bunnies, those are the two favorite ones.
I love those. I love those. The Bugs Bunnies, they come back out this year free too. That's another thing. The Bugs Bunnies are dropping this year again. And
and those was the first pairs of shoes that came out with the crisscross straps, and then the Barclays came out with it. Came out with a similar type of cross strap, but those were the first pair of shoes that came with the crisscross straps.
Yeah, they were too, and you're right about that. And I love the Bugs Bunny, and I love the OG colors of those right there. And for me, the ones it's OG status for me as far as the ones go. I have more ones than any Jordan. Probably, yeah, I definitely have more ones than any Jordan. I think I have close to 200 and maybe like 220 pair of ones right now. That's where I'm at on that level. I love the ones. They got the shadow backboards coming back out real soon. I think maybe June. The shadow backboards. If you go online right now and if you look up Jordan 1 shadow backboards, I think a size 10 is going for close to $800 right now. And if you get them when they come back out, you'll be able to get them for $180.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I saw a dude that was saying a pair of ones. They were custom made.
Yeah.
But the price on them was ridiculous. I looked it up. The price was $3,500. I said,
Yeah, yeah.
nigga, Michael Jordan had to be wearing them joints in order for me to pay $3,500 for. I'm not I'm not paying no
Hey,
$3,500 for those
hey, friend,
shoes
you not
that
lying.
somebody else just made.
The off whites. If you get the off white Jordan ones right now, they got a pair of off white. Okay, you got the Chicago color, you got the white on white, and then you got the North Carolina blue. I believe the Chicago or either the off whites are probably around $9,000 or $10,000 right now, which is ridiculous. And that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Do y'all feel like resellers have messed up uh the fun in buying sneakers?
No, not for me. Not for me because I don't buy mine from a reseller. I go get them when they first come out.
Yeah,
And I get the original shoes. I don't do all those custom colors and all that stuff. I find the way. See, I was like my mother. My mother was the one that showed me how to dress, and I'm just like my mother when it comes to dressing. What I would do is I go get my shoes, and then I go get an outfit to go with my shoes. Every
yeah.
time I get a pair of shoes, I will go get an outfit to go with the shoes. I never bought an outfit and then go try to find a pair of shoes to go with the outfit. No, I will go get the shoes first. I'll walk around, see what shoes I like. When I find a pair of shoes that I want to get, I get those pair of shoes, and then I will go get an outfit to go with those shoes. So I never care for all of those custom colors, shoes and all that. I always got the original. If they came out with a certain color, if I liked it, then I would go get it. Like they came out with purple and black. I like purple and black color scheme. So if it looks good, I go get those. Um, so it all depends on what shoe it is. But I don't go to no resellers and get any shoes from resellers.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, B3D? Are you into shoes like that where you keep up with what the resellers doing? And Juan, what's good, Juan? Happy Mother's Day to your mother. You there, Juan?
What's
B3.
going on? My fault. What's going on?
Okay.
I'm still
Uh,
here.
we talking about sneakers right now, and I want to show y'all. This is the way. If you look at the box, these came out yesterday. This is the box. You know, they trying to give it that old look, and this is something a lot of people complaining about, and I'm complaining about too because I need to find. I got my other pair in there, but I don't know if y'all can see that. But it's like a yellow stain. They're doing it with the older sneakers. They're putting like a lot of cracks.
Cause they're called the reimagined. So
Yeah, yeah. So you know one. I already know you know. What do you think about that? Do you like that, or you think they should do something different as far as the sneaker go?
um, I think it only works with the ones. Like I think I seen them like the off white fives. Yeah, I don't know if you have ever seen those with the one
I
with the little.
I got some off white fives.
Yeah, so I don't even like really like those with those. Like it only goes with like the ones, really, because like the ones, the sole in the bottom. Like if you wear them for a grip of a time and stuff like that, you do they do get yellowish and stuff like that. I don't know about you guys. I like it, but it only goes with certain sneakers, like the red and black pair, the black toes. Um, I just got another pair. I got the pair that blue and like that navy blue and white pair that just came out a couple weeks ago. I got those.
Which one you talking about?
Um, shoot, hold on, let me see, cause I got them right here.
You talking about these? The SB?
Nah. They're ones. They're ones. They're ones.
Oh, you talking about the ones that came out?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you talking about. I know exactly what you talking about too. They got the red in them too.
Yeah, a little bit of red of them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
only goes like it really only goes on ones. I've never really liked like the off white fives. I like them, but they were like I was like yeah, you can go without them. You know what I'm saying? It can go
Yeah.
without. Like I like that clean look with like certain sneakers.
Like
Like
these,
the
you know
the
what these are
ones.
going for right now? These are going for almost $400 for the SBs. They didn't come out in the stores. They came out on sneakers app. So they didn't come to no mom and pop stores or they didn't go in JD Sports, none of that. So right now, this shoe, if you want to get it for a size 10 or 10 and a half, it's going for like $400, which is crazy. What that is
Yeah,
free right there. Oh yeah, yeah. I like those free right there too. That I love the color on that. I love that
yeah,
color. See
yeah.
that
I like
color,
that
you
color.
can't go wrong with that color.
Yeah,
See that's why I got them because I could just throw on a pair of blue jeans and a white t-shirt and throw these on. I'm straight. I ain't
yeah,
gotta go get a whole bunch of stuff. As long as see, I went and got I forgot what's the name of this sneaker company that has the cleaner kit for your shoes. And I clean all my shoes myself. Like the stuff that they got, whatever it is that the chemicals that they use, man, your stuff come clean. Like
Come
it
on
looks
stage,
brand
BBO.
spanking new. It looks
Hey,
brand
free.
spanking new.
I'm gonna give y'all a trick on sneakers. Do y'all know what I use to clean my sneakers? If I
Matter of
got,
fact, hold up for a second. I'm gonna go grab it. I'm gonna go grab the kit. Hold on.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I use too. Go ahead, free. Uh, I use if you got some like Jordan 5 and their suede, guess
Yeah.
what cleans them better than anything? Green alcohol
Yeah.
or Windex. People don't believe this. Man, I clean my shoes. I can take a pair of shoes right now, Jordan 5, put some Windex on them and clean them, man. And I'm talking about they're gonna look perfect. Or alcohol. Green
Yeah.
alcohol for me, it works. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for years, man. Like using alcohol or using Windex to clean my Jordan.
Here you
BBO
go
said
right
one
here.
had the leg that's shorter than the other one.
He bow
These are
legged.
these are the reshoe VNR 8R.
Hey, can you take it out? Let me see the cleaner. What it look like? I ain't never seen that.
Because I got it comes with the shoe horns that goes inside the shoes and everything. So it comes with 3 brushes. You got the soft brush. No, this is the stiff brush. This is the stiff brush. Then you have that's for the bottom of your shoe. Then you have this brush right here is the soft brush for the leather and suede. And then you have the medium brush, which is for the mid. And then you
Yeah,
have
BBO said that's a good kid. He said he used to have one back in the day. That's a good
then
kid.
this is the cleaner right here. This cleaner fluid that they use. I don't know what's in it, but man, this joint brings those shoes back to life. And then it comes with the towel, and then this is what you use to throw it in the wash machine.
How much is a kit like that? How much does a kit like that run you?
This cost me, I want to say it was either $55 or $75 for the whole kit. And all you need is this. I had this kit for 3 months because I clean every one of my pairs of shoes. But all you use out of this right here, you see, is not that much gone out of here. All you use is 2 squirts in a little cup. It's a little bowl. I think the bowl is in the kitchen, but it's probably a 4-ounce bowl. You put 2 squirts in there, and that's it with some warm water.
BBO said that's a great kid and it's well worth it.
Yeah,
it works. It works.
Yeah, I need
I forgot what's that kit called. What's that kit called?
The reshoe VN8R. I'll show you.
I've been using the Jason Marks one. Only thing with those is that like they only come in like a little small bottle.
Now
So
it
goes after a while.
Yeah, they have a YouTube page too. You can go to their YouTube page and they'll show you how to clean whatever pair of shoes you have, whether it's an all suede shoe, it's a pair of Jordans, pair of Timbs, whatever type of shoe you have, and they show you how to clean it. And they will show you shoes that was tore down. Like they had one pair of shoes that looked like it was covered in mud for like 6 months, and they brought that joint back to life now. And they tell you how to clean foam posits, because you know how you have some of those foam posits where the bottom turns yellow. They have this stuff, they have this solution that you put on it, but you have to tape up around everything, because if you get it anywhere else, that's the solution is so strong, when the sunlight hits it, it pulls the sole apart. So you have to make sure that you only get it on the bottom, because if not, it'll pull that joint apart and you got to re-glue it all together. But they show you all of that stuff. They have it, like I said, they got a YouTube channel. They show you how to clean your shoe, if you got to take it apart and put it back together and all this stuff. Yeah, them joints. I got a pair of the gray suede foam posits, and the bottom of them is yellow. And I'm waiting for my solution to come to clean the soles for those.
I wonder why the bottom does that on the foam composites. I've never thought about it.
It's the chemical base that's in the that rubber, and it's from the sunlight and the dirt. That sunlight that hits it constantly, and then the dirt and the chemical base that's in the rubber. That's why it turns it yellow.
Okay, I ain't never know that. I always wondered about that. And I don't know if people know that, but I know Free. The real phone composites, it was a Penny Hardaway shoe, the blue and black ones for Orlando, if I recall. Is that right, Free?
Yeah, they was the Penny Hardaway was the first phone posits, and then after Penny Hardaway retired, um, Tim Duncan took the phone posit. Tim Duncan had a shoe that was similar to the phone posits, and then they just came out with the phone posit because Tim Duncan's shoe was called the phone posit, but it wasn't the type of phone posit that you got right now. It was still shaped similar to that, but it
Yeah.
wasn't quite like that because I had a pair of the first Tim Duncans that he had.
Enzo and Jesse said 85 sneaker of the year. Yes, indeed, man. I gotta agree. 85. If you're talking about the Jordan ones, then you gotta be talking
Yeah,
about the Jordan ones. The
yeah, he
85
told me the
sneaker.
Jordan ones.
You gotta be.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
those were
saying?
the Jordan ones.
What we talking
Because
about? You gotta be.
that's what I say.
Jordan.
I was in first grade. I was in first grade when the Jordan ones came out. Like I said, because I was in first grade, I couldn't get the adult, so I had to get the Sky Jordans because
I was
for
trying
the
to.
kids they were
Yeah,
Sky Jordans.
yeah. But I said that's the Sky Jordan right there. You know what I'm saying? The Sky Jordan. And I was trying to find. I gotta go through there, but I gotta find. I got the pine green ones to this, and I gotta go through my shoe. I got I got over 900 pair of sneakers. I got the pine green ones, and I think the pine green actually look better than these. Really, if you ask me.
When he comes back out with the Bugs Bunny, I hope it's the original color. I hope
No,
he
it's the
comes back
original.
out with
It is the original. Free.
with the
And I'm
with
gonna let
the
you
with
know.
the with the
The
little
door,
flame on the
the
side with
door
the
chambers,
23 on the side on the back.
the
You
door
know, at the
chambers or some
sole.
shit like that.
He come in. He said they're not gonna change nothing on the Bugs Bunny. They don't want to mess the sneaker up. They said anything to set it off would probably drop the value in it. So they're gonna make the exact same sneaker of the Bugs Bunny.
Because he had that little when they did the crisscross for the straps, it had that little furry symbol on the ends on the front of it, and then on the sole it had that red and white flame with 23 at the end of it. Them joints those were the tightest shoes when they came out, and then they came out with the daggone Jordan 13s, and I've been stuck on the Jordan 13 since they came out. I've been stuck on the 13s.
I'm trying to figure out now. This is what coming out this weekend, y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Let me show y'all this right here. Let me get it, y'all. If y'all can see that. No, I hate that. It's the Carmelo Anthony and the Jordan 12s. They're like the North Carolina blue or the sky
I'll
blue.
pull it up. I'll pull it up for you, and you just share
Pull it
my
up.
screen. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, the Jordan 12s. They coming out this weekend.
Carmelo Anthony Jordan 12s. Carmelo.
Yeah, they coming out this weekend. They cold too, and I like them. I can see them. I hate that I can't see my phone like that. But that's what's coming out this weekend. This month, I think the month of May has the best sneaker drops that I've ever seen
You
in
talking
one
about? You
month.
talking about the? Are you talking about the baby blue and white?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm about to pull them up right now.
And then
Hold on one
next
second.
the week after the Jordan 4 Cement, which is probably gonna be the sneaker of the year. I guarantee you they sell out. BBO said I had a check, give me some done. What is it? I had a check, give me some what? She had on some three. She was a real man. BBL crazy. She was a real throat god. I know what he's saying now. BBL crazy.
All right, share the screen.
How do I share it? I'm telling you,
All
I'm
you gotta
on.
do is go down. It look like a guess. It look like a guess.
It look like a
Just
guess.
click on it. Yeah, it's gonna look like a guess at the bottom of your
Oh,
joint,
I
like
see it.
somebody's
I
trying to
see it.
come up.
I see
Yeah,
it. There you go. That's it,
yeah, that's them right there.
man. What y'all think
Hold
about
on, let me
those?
go take this.
All right,
Let me
those
take
is
this out.
five right there.
Yeah, they fire.
Yeah, it's five for sure.
They
I'm
gonna
about to
be
pull these
dropping. They
up
gonna be
real
dropping
quick.
Saturday.
Yeah, those are dope. I just don't wear white a lot. So it's like,
This what BBO said. Y'all see that right there, BB. Y'all man, get y'all brother, man.
I'm about to pull up the other ones. Hold
I
on.
hate them.
Pull up the cement.
Man, BVO, you the type of guy to take a
Pull up the
sip out
what?
of a wishing well.
The week after the Jordan 4 cement is dropping. Jordan 4 cement, they coming right behind
You
it.
said the Jordan, the Jordan
Jordan 4
4's females?
cement.
Cement.
Oh, cement.
Yeah.
BVO, I know you didn't hear this. I'm gonna repeat myself. I said you're the type of guy to take a sip out of a wishing well. Uh, nah, but them right up my alley right there. Them 12s,
The 12
There they
clean,
go
ain't
right
it?
there. There they go
real
right.
clean.
Same to you, Enzo,
Let me
man.
let me blow it up
Happy
for you.
Mother's Day to your mother, and happy Mother's Day to the ladies. Yes, indeed.
100%.
Oh, and you know what I love? They don't come
You
out no
should
more.
have.
The Jordan 10s don't hardly drop no more. It's a lot of people don't like the 10s, but in August 2nd, the retro 10 coming out, white, black steel coming back out. I can't wait for that shoe. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go right there. That's the Jordan 4
So
cement.
that's the cement. And I think like a lot of people are waiting on that shoe. Everybody I talk to, that's the shoe they want. Man, I don't know why it's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that's nice right there.
also
Free.
um
November for y'all to want to know about the
yo,
no, that ain't it. I thought it was. I missed the date. I was looking for the Bugs Bunny. That's what I've been looking for.
oh let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Bugs Bunny and try to see exactly what date is gonna drop. You know what I'm saying?
Which one are they? This I'm just gonna pull up Bugs Bunny
Pull up the
because they got these are the ones that I like right here.
it's
But
gonna
they
be the
was
same
black.
one with the cross.
I
I
like
already
the
know.
black
Bugs
version.
Bunny.
Yeah, I like the black version though. But those are the ones that I like. Hold up. See.
Free, do you have 23 is back? If
Huh?
you go on, if you go on 23 is back, you can go down the row of shoes by
Here they
date.
go right here. Here they go right here. Here they go right here. Hold on. Let me share the screen. All right. Hold up.
Hey, for real, them brick by brick. What you said they ain't got nothing on the cements. Brick, no, they don't. The cement, the truth, man.
These joints right here. They down at the bottom.
Okay, hold on. Pull them up. Yeah, I see it. That's it, too. Yep, that's it. That's the Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah, I
it.
had a pair of those
Yeah,
for
you got it.
grip.
There you
I
go.
I did too.
I had a pair of those for grip. I tore through those playing ball.
And I'm missing that pearl. That's one of the pearls that I'm missing, man, which is crazy. That I'm missing anything, but I'm missing those. You know what I'm saying? Now BVO got the retro great fives. He got those.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, he got them. I got
Okay,
some.
I see you, BVO.
Yeah, BVO got the retro great fives. I got some close to him, but mine don't have the blue
See,
in
that's
them.
how. See how the tongue.
Yeah, I
See
love
how
the
the
tongue.
tongue got that little furry, like material.
Yep.
I like the black ones better, but the white ones are they cool, but I like the black ones better.
Like the black ones better. The black ones look good, but like I don't know. I guess it's because
Yeah.
I've
For
seen
some
Jordan
reason,
in those.
black just look good to me.
Yeah, they do. They do. The black, you can't go wrong with black, man. You can't go wrong with black. Now,
Never.
we didn't got stuck off into the sneaker. It's easy to get stuck in the sneaker world, man. It's so much to talk about when it comes to sneakers or whatever. But I do want to get into last night. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into last night's card or whatever and what all took place last night. So free. because I missed a little bit here and there. What all took
Yeah.
place last week in the boxing world?
Suarez got robbed, and I think I might have been the only one that predicted that Eriksen Lubin was going to get the knockout when we was on Thomas' channel. I think everybody else picked him by unanimous decision. I think I
I no,
might have
I
been the
took
only
him.
one
I
that said
took him
knockout.
on my
Somebody else might have
card.
said no.
The way you told me to take him, I took him. I took it. Well, I took it to not go the
Yeah,
distance.
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, nah, that's not good. I said Eriksen.
it
You
Go ahead.
did.
surprised me. It surprised me because I've been following Andre Holmes for a grip because he had a name up this way because he was beating a lot of dudes at 65s for a grip out this way, and then he went pro and stuff, and then I'm like, oh, he's gonna fight Eric Lubin. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah,
a good fight. I don't know if he's gonna beat him, but I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be. And then like last night, I'm watching the fight. I'm like, bro, this guy is gun shy. Like, what is going on today? But
yeah,
Erickson Lubin did his thing last night, man. I can't complain about it. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
yeah.
hoping
But
that
What about man? What happened with Navarrete? What do y'all? How
they
y'all?
they they robbed they robbed Suarez. Um, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
But
Suarez.
Suarez.
yeah, they robbed him because that was a punch that cut him. Because if you go back and you watch the slow mo, his chin his chin hit him at the top of his head. The punch was right on his eye. Like when
Mm,
he punched him, and then he was trying to lean back, and
Yeah.
Neverati was leaning forward, but his chin hit like Neverati like at the top of his head. It didn't hit him right over top of his eye. So I think it was done by a punch. Because even when they slowed it down and they slowed it down very slow, you could see once he punched him, whenever Roddy lifted his head up to come up, you could see that it started bleeding. And then when they head clashed and Never Roddy grabbed his head, that's when you saw the blood. But you could see the cut was already there from the punch before Never
Okay.
Roddy head clashed, because he didn't clash with the top of Suarez's head. He clashed with Suarez's chin, and a chin don't really make a cut like that. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to make a cut like that with your chin, but the chances are you'll break somebody's jaw before you cut somebody's forehead, because
right.
that's the
Man,
forehead.
you
That's his
know,
chin.
I'm so mad. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just thinking about how mad I am. Man, I had 2 tickets last night and good money, and I'm really good at betting on UFC. You know what I'm saying? I've got better at betting on UFC fights than boxing, and I went against man the champion last night, knowing better. And I don't know why I done that, but just thinking that it was gonna go one way, and I had a 7 pick on one and 6 pick on the other. And that's the only fight I lost on both of them.
And
Yeah.
Never Roddy looked like he was worn out by the time they got to the sixth round. He looked like he was worn out.
That fight is at
How
35,
old is
right? Corey?
Navarrete, y'all?
He's 36.
That fight was at 35 though, right?
No, he's
Nah,
at 30.
30.
It was
He was
at
a
30.
champion at 30. Yeah, he's a champion at 30. He lost his last fight at 35 when he fought Denny. He went back
Yeah.
down to defend his championship at 30. Um, but he was he had a bad weight cut, and you can tell because dude was coming at Neverati from round one until that fight ended. Dude was going at Neverati. He was not letting up on Neverati. And one thing that it showed, Neverati can't fight off the back foot. He got to be coming forward. He
Yeah.
cannot fight off the back foot. And I think if that fight would have went all 12 rounds, I think the dude might would have stopped Neverati or at least dropped him. He was hitting Neverati with some clean shots, and Neverati looked like he wanted to give up because Neverati started holding at the end of the sixth round. Neverati was holding. He was
Right.
holding for dear life.
It's a weird situation because like he the way that he fights, it's like conventionally is not proper, but it works for him. So it's like he can't fight going backwards because of the way that he throws his punches and stuff like that. And then even for him to be trying to like fight backwards is impossible because even when like I watched some of the highlights, even for him going backwards, I think it was like the third round, he got hit with like a hard clean right hand. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh, and then he came back with like a weird uppercut, and it was just like, yeah, he can't fight for the back foot to save his life at
But
all. So it's like,
No, not at all. He gotta go forward. Like he can't even throw a punch
he,
when he's going backward. When he throw a punch when he's going backward, it has no velocity on it at all.
yeah,
It has no velocity on it.
yeah, it's weird. It's a it's a weird situation. I think it might be time for him to hang it up. Maybe give him one more fight, and then he got to hang it up because at 36, how much more can you really do? And you're not a big 35er. You're not going to be a big 35er, and you're pretty big already at 30 pulls. But like it's just like you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to beat nobody at top.
The thing is, when he was at 35, he was overweight. He had to go back to the scale again. He was overweight at 35.
Yeah,
So
but that's that drinking and stuff that he be doing because he be
Yeah.
drinking. You can tell he be drinking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like in the in between fights. So
he's enjoying life. He's enjoying life.
Yeah, I mean, again, and he deserves to enjoy. I mean, you can't hate on it. Like for what he accomplished. Like you can't hate on him for that.
Yep, you're right about that, Juan. It's just like you said, it's time for him to hang it up. He's been around long enough. He's done everything he needs to do. And I hope that he's invested his money right and done what he needs to do with his money, that he can walk away from the sport. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, my favorite fight of all time is Manny Pacquiao. He's making a return, and the only reason I feel like Manny Pacquiao is making a return is because he was too generous with his money. I feel like Manny Pacquiao, trying to take care of his people, man, he didn't take care of himself. I hate to say that, and I could be saying it wrong, but Manny should not be coming back to boxing. I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
Man, Manny need to hang it up. He going take a shot one too many times, and he ain't gonna be able to talk straight.
Yep.
He need to hang it up. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's the situation.
It's money, Juan. It's money.
Definitely. If it is that the case, it's sad because you made, and literally from what year was that he fought Oscar De La Hoya?
I don't know. He made 100 million fighting Floyd. Over 100 million fighting Floyd.
That was 2000. I want to say it was before he fought Floyd. So that was like 2012, 2013.
Nah, it had to have been like 08 because I was in middle school. I was in middle school when he fought him.
I mean, it could have been 08, but I know it was definitely before he fought Floyd.
Yeah, no, it was 08. It was 08. So
because even when he fought Floyd, he made 100 million because Floyd made 200 million.
Exactly, and think about it. Think about all the big fights he made in between that Oscar fight and the Floyd fight. He had Cotto, he had Mosley, he had
I'm sorry,
the Marquez fight
three times.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sorry,
he had Tim Bradley 3 times.
Neverati is 30 years old. I'm sorry. The guy he was fighting yesterday is 36. Neverati is 30. I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, I swear he looks.
Hey, it was he fought De La Hoya December 6, 2008.
Yeah. Nope, I was in middle school. I was literally in middle school.
Oh, you said De La Hoya. I'm thinking Canelo for some reason. I'm thinking
no,
Canelo.
De La Hoya. He fought De La Hoya 2008, man. He been getting paid since then. But like I used to see people lined up outside of Manny Pacquiao's gym and house in the Philippines, man. And he would pass out money. And they said he would not stop until everybody got something.
I mean, it's a hard situation to see because again, like he's a legend. He's a living legend at this point. But it's just like if you don't know how to spend your money wisely, I don't know what to tell you.
But you got to think about it. Manny Pacquiao is 47 years old.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the Ampo fight? The exhibition that Manny was in.
I seen it. Oh my God, it scared me. It scared me.
Yeah.
Because he had no business allowing a dude like that. He would have took that dude out in the first round in his prime.
Yeah.
Look, Manny is 47 years old because Floyd Manny might be 46 because Floyd is a year younger than me. Floyd is 49 or he'll be 49. Manny's 2 years younger than Floyd, so Manny might be 46. But either way, he's up there. He's up there in age.
Floyd's
He's almost
48.
yeah.
Yeah,
Floyd's 48,
because
so
he's like
Manny's
2 years
46.
older than him.
Yeah, Manny's 46 because I'm a year older than Floyd. I'm a year older than Floyd. So Manny's 46 because Floyd is 2 years older than Manny, and that's the thing they were saying.
Yep.
Floyd
He's
aged
46,
Manny
bro.
out, and they was like, hold on, how did Floyd age Manny out? Floyd is 2 years older than Manny.
But
So
And he
I'm
was
gonna tell you
boxing.
why when
He was
people
boxing
say
way
that,
longer.
I'm gonna tell you what people talking about, and this is what I've realized, and I think people don't understand that Floyd Mayweather is a defensive specialist. Uh, something like we've never seen. One of the best defensive fighters ever. Manny Pacquiao was in wars, so for you, it would be like just say, for instance, me and you the same age, but my body took a different type of punishment. Or you a little young. Let's say, for instance, you're a little older than me, but I was in wars. But you, being who you are, being a great defensive fighter, you was able to, you know what I'm saying, not sustain as much
but see,
punishment. There's a
this is
big
the
difference.
this is the problem that I have with Manny coming back.
Yes,
He's
sir.
coming. He's coming back to fight Mario Barrio, and
Right.
we saying he needs the money. That's not a big money fight. Mario Barrio is not a big money fight.
But let me ask you a question, Free. Do you think Manny believes in his mind and his heart that maybe he can still a win against him and then get a big fight to go out on?
You know what I think it is? I think it's because he's thinking like my name carries weight. So
It
like
do.
like even if we were to take away everything that he's done, like you gotta imagine like his name itself carries its weight. So it's like, oh well, Manny Pacquiao's fighting. The world, you know what I'm saying? The world's paying attention to that. It's
Okay,
not like,
no, but I understand that. But let's put it in the context. His name might do curry weight. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But he had a fight with Keith Thurman that only did 750,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah,
right.
What you
yeah.
think he's going to do when he fight Mario Barrio? It's not going to do more than 750,000.
I say
It's going to
200.
do. It's going to do way less than 750,000
What
because
do you think?
at that time, Keith Thurman was at his prime. He was in
I
his
say
prime.
200,000. I say 200,000.
Yeah, somewhere around 200, 250,000,
Yeah.
somewhere
I
around
I
there.
I mean,
I, ju-
not
I
a
just
bad
Let
number.
me let me say this real quick though, and I hope I'm not jumping in on something wrong. Y'all referencing Pacquiao versus Barrios pay-per-view numbers?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Nah, y'all, you got. I had a phone call the other day. Who was it with GoDaddy or whatever, and the guy, he brought up Manny Pacquiao when we was talking about boxing. Like Manny Pacquiao, having a country behind you is a big deal.
Yeah,
And what I'm telling y'all is, for one, it's a lot of Filipinos in the states. Y'all know that for a fact.
That's
yeah,
right.
But it's just
yeah.
a lot of Filipinos in general. So they gonna support Manny Pacquiao.
And you
They
I'm
got
are.
not
you got
saying they're
They
not.
are big three.
They not.
and you
And I'm
got the
just saying
Mexican
this. It's
and you got the
no.
Mexican crew too, like
Come
that buys
on.
his thing.
Come
You
on.
know
They
what I'm
No,
gonna buy
saying?
boxing. They
no,
gonna buy. Everybody
I'm
gonna
telling
buy
you,
boxing.
he's not going to do. He's not going to do. He's not going to do more than what Tank Davis did with Lamont Roach. He's
Let
not
me
going to do
say
more
this.
than
Let
that.
me say this. Hold on. What did they do?
They do
They did
like two
somewhere around
something.
350,000
I think it
to
was
400.
350, 355.
Yeah,
Manny
350,000 to
Pacquiao
400.
is a living legend. Did y'all see Henry Cejudo was about to cry when Terrence Crawford told him that that Manny Pacquiao is possibly was on PEDs throughout his
Yeah, I
career?
seen that.
He was
I,
lit. He was. These
I
people is
understand what you're
obsessed
saying.
with Manny.
I understand what you're saying, but you got to
He's my
remember.
favorite fighter. B3, he's my favorite fighter ever.
See
Ever.
there?
But you got to remember. You got to remember. The time when Manny was doing big pay-per-view buys is when people were buying pay-per-views. These are
Yep.
not the times of people buying pay-per-views. A lot of people still in pay-per-view. They got fire sticks. They got streams that they can go and watch these pay-per-views and not have to pay anything. So we're talking about a different time frame. At the time when Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman, people were still buying pay-per-view cards like
Lord
that.
Mayweather.
Yeah, they were still buying pay-per-view fights. They're not buying pay-per-view fights like they was back then. These guys
So do
got
y'all
fire sticks and all kinds of stuff. So now he might get 200 to 250,000 from his own country, but in the U.S., the people that's going to purchase it in the U.S., it's not going to be another 500,000 in the U.S. Even the Mexicans, they not behind Mario Barrio like that. Yeah, they support Mario Barrio, but he ain't got no big fan base like that
How
where they
many?
want
How
to.
many Mario? How many pay per views did Mario Bars do with Keith Thurman?
Mario
I don't
Barrio and
think it
Keith
was.
Thurman
I
did
think it was 125,000.
65,000.
How
They
much
did
was it? How much was it?
65,000.
Okay,
They did
Yeah,
65,000.
that's not good. But
it's
then
not.
him
It's
and
not
Tank,
good.
him and
Even
he.
when,
But I'm gonna say this: Manny
even when
Pacquiao.
Mario Barrio fought Tank Davis, Mario Barrio had a fan base still. He still had his fan base because he was a champion. He had a fan base. They only did somewhere around 350,000 pay-per-view buys when he
Yeah.
fought Mario Barrio. I mean, when he fought Tank Davis. No,
So
he's not.
here's
He's
the
not.
situation. Here's the situation. I don't know what the undercard is, right? But they talking about putting Pitbull on it, right? Because you
Yeah.
know Pitbull is the pay per view undercard king.
Yeah.
So that's going to generate some buzz and some pay per views as well. And you know he's a stadium seller. He's gonna sell tickets as well.
I don't know.
So I mean
After the
they
way Pitbull got beat up
nah, they doing a rematch of that fight. So that's
with
what I'm saying. They're giving that
El
dude
Rayo.
with Angel Fiddle.
No, I'm
They
talking
got
about the
it.
way. I'm talking about the way Pitbull got beat up against El Rayo. I don't know how many fans are still following behind
Come
Pitbull.
on, free. You know they gonna show up to the events though. They gonna watch
They,
Pitbull.
they might show up to the event. I'm talking about how many people's going to buy the event. I ain't
Yeah.
talking about
For
they
pay per
might they might
views,
sell they might sell out the arena, but
I'm gonna
how many
say
people's
this:
going to buy it?
people want to see scraps, so that's why they put Pitbull on pay per view. So with that rematch of that Angel Fiddle fight, did y'all see that fight?
No,
Okay, y'all gotta watch that fight. Angel Fiddle beat Pitbull, but they gave Pitbull the decision.
I didn't
But
start watching
No, I
Pitbull.
seen that. I seen
I
that.
didn't I
yeah,
didn't start watching Pitbull until he fought Tank Davis. I
no,
saw
this
all
was
the
his last fight.
His
free.
last fight, free.
Yeah, this
Remember,
was his last fight. That's why
free.
they doing the
You
rematch.
said he lost, free. You remember? You said he lost. We watched that fight together, free. We covered that fight.
Oh, you talking about Cambrero?
The last fight he had, and
Nah,
you,
this is
Angel
his
Cabrera?
last fight. He just fought on the Benavidez Morel card.
yeah, free talking about is the last fight, free.
Oh yeah, I did see. I didn't know the guy's name. I did see that on the David Benavidez
Yeah,
card. Okay,
yeah,
I
the
did
last
see it.
fight.
I just didn't know the guy's name.
Yeah, yeah. Angel Fiddle.
Yeah, Pitbull lost that fight, but
Yeah.
no,
So they doing a
I still
rematch of
don't
that.
think
So I mean, people going to tune
it.
in.
No,
People
they're not.
going. Come on. People
No, they're
love a
not.
rematch.
No, they don't.
Come
No,
on,
they don't.
man. You
No,
cutting up right now. You
Pitbull
got
not doing.
Pacquiao Pit. Hold on. You got Pacquiao Barrios. You got Pitbull Fido.
I will be
And
surprised
we
if they.
probably get Gary Russell. We probably get Gary Antoine.
Uh, I hear everything you saying. That has nothing to do with it. They buy the pay per view to see the main event. They buy
I
the
think Manny could do Manny and Barrios. I think it'll do at least 450,
I would be
455.
I would
I
be
hope it
surprised
does.
if I would be
Yeah.
surprised if they do more than 350,000. I would be surprised.
Mm.
And even if they do 400,000, let's do the math. And they sell it at 89.99. Let's say they sell it at 89.99. They do 400,000. That's 35,000 pay-per-view. I mean 35,000 million. Well, might as well say 36 million. 36 million. 90% of that goes to the fighters. You got to
You know
take
how much what's
10%.
ain't getting right for this
Ten
fight, free.
percent go to the network. The other 90 million. I mean, the other 90% goes to the fighters.
You know how much he's getting
Right.
on you, free up front, don't you?
Uh,
You know how much Pacquiao's getting up front for this fight, don't you?
how much are you getting?
3.2 is what I heard.
I mean, this
6.2,
3.2.
3.2.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Well, so Manny, like I said, so Manny's coming back to get somewhere around. If they do 400,000, let's say they do 400,000, Manny's coming back to get somewhere around 15-20 million dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
work.
Good work.
But that's what Floyd be doing. But Floyd be getting it on off exhibitions. Manny really got to come back. and really gotta fight
But
Barrios. Like this is gonna be
Floyd pay
crazy.
per view still be up there. Floyd pay per view
Yeah.
still be up there. He be still somewhere around that 700, 800,000 pay per view buys.
Yeah,
Oof.
he do. He do. Let me ask y'all this right here before we do rock and roll. Teofimo Lopez said, "Don't call him for interviews anymore. Don't shake his hand." How y'all feel about that? If you think he's a racist, don't shake his hand. Don't.
Well, I believe he's a racist, and I hope when the WBO meet with him this week,
Yes, sir.
I hope they strip his ass.
Me
I
too.
hope they strip his ass.
Me too.
Now, one good thing came out of last night that I noted was the fact that they stripped Loma
They
because
strip Lomo.
Raymond Muratalla is now the IBF champion.
Okay.
So they stripped Loma.
He's the interim.
There is none. The IBF don't have interim champions.
No, he's the interim. He's
Boost, hold
interim.
on, hold on. You know Boost was the interim champion before
No,
he
they
got
they
elevated.
they they do it when they know that they're going to fight the champion, but they don't do intern champions. They only when Boost became the intern champion, that was the third time in IBF history that there was
Yeah.
an intern champion. He's not the
We
intern
know
champion.
about that.
He's the IBF champion.
Okay, so so
Because
Loma has been stripped.
they announced to them. They said, and the new IBF 135-pound champion. They didn't say intern. They said the new
Right,
IBF champion. They didn't say
right.
intern. I thought it was the intern as well, but when they announced him as the IBF champion.
Now, well, on the thing it says interim champion. So
Right,
I
yeah,
don't know.
Yeah,
he's the interim. They ain't stripping no Loma. Loma's
Yeah,
still a big money
they
fight.
ain't
no,
stripping no Loma right now.
Because Raymond
no. The
Morataya
I
said,
hold on. The IBF strips anybody. If they strip
but Jay,
Canelo, they strip
but they
Loma.
announced. You talking about when they announcement? He's talking about actual website or paperwork or whatever. He's
No,
listed as the interim.
he's still. I think they're gonna strip Loma, but I don't think they're giving
They
Moritz
not
the
stripping
time.
Loma. He wants to get the fight. They only gonna strip Loma if Loma don't come back. Raymond
No,
Morataya called out
Yeah, but
Loma last night.
I
He
don't.
said he
But
want the
again,
Loma fight.
he said he wants that fight, but Loma was supposed to come back in April. That's
Yeah.
what Bob said.
Yeah.
Bob said Loma's supposed to come back in April. That was the word that we got that he's coming back in April. Loma never came
Well,
back.
Loma,
yeah, I don't think he's.
they gotta get Loma's money right because Usyk is making
No,
90 million fighting Fury.
Loma's money was right.
Man,
He said the money doesn't move him. His money was right.
Yeah. Bob Arum is not gonna pay Lomo what he pays Tyson Fury as a heavyweight. And to be honest with you, Tyson Fury does do better numbers than Lomo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's
No,
the thing.
you gotta think about it.
But I'm just saying, even as a B side, Usyk is making. That's what I'm saying. Comparing it to like that's his family.
No, but B
So
three,
he's saying he at this stage of his career, it's really the Tank Davis fight
B
for
three,
some big money or nothing. But
Tank tried to fight him though, didn't he?
Bob Arum is gonna Manny Pacquiao Loma.
B three.
Yeah.
Bob Earl would not have said this fight is a done deal if
Yeah.
the money wasn't right for Loma. Loma said the money doesn't move him. He wants to go spend time with his family. He had
Okay.
a big money fight on the table. All they
Right.
was waiting
Okay.
for him to sign. Loma pulled away. He said the money doesn't move him. Dog, you got to understand where Loma lives at. He lives in the Ukraine. The American dollar translated over to the Ukraine money. If Loma goes over there with $1 million, that's 35 million in the Ukrainian money. It's 35 times as much.
Yeah,
So if he
that's almost like the Dominican Republic.
It's like the Dominican Republic.
if he makes
Wow.
$10 million, that's $350 million in the Ukrainian money. That's 350 million if he makes 10 million. So the money was there.
Wow.
The money
Yeah,
was
that
there. He
makes
just
sense.
ain't take the fight.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's motivated anymore. Like I said it. Me and D3 have said it before. He's not motivated anymore
He's not
because it's
Right,
like
motivated.
he's not motivated. Like if if the case had maybe been that yo, if this was, let's say, 2020, and Tank had the championship belt, and it was like, all right, look, I want to fight, Loma, and Loma was like, okay, cool, because he's chasing that undisputed at that time. But now it's like, well, I don't know how old is he. I'm in my
No,
mid 30s. I'm
no,
in
he
my
ain't in
mid.
no mid 30. He's 30. He's 38.
Oh well, he's at his end of his 30s. He's had a long career, literally. Um, and
Loma.
fought hundreds of fights. So it's like, what else? What else could I really do? And I've made all the money that I needed to make. So what else could I really do? I'm gonna retire and chill out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gave him an extra year. He's 37. He's not 38
Nah,
yet.
he could have
37.
solidified himself because they would have people would have given him credit if he could have beat Tank, if he could have found a way to get that win over Tank. Because everybody know he was pretty much injured in the Tio fight.
And then,
And they also feel like Haney fight was a close fight, or he won that fight. So if he would have been able to beat Tank, that would have really stamped him for this era. But for him kind of ducking out and not fighting, if
I'm
he
gonna tell you
don't
right now.
fight him before the end of the year, then yeah,
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. If
you
he
know.
if he would have fought Tank and beat Tank, Keyshawn Davis would not be a champion right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He wouldn't be a champion right now because
wouldn't be a rival.
they was gonna feed Denny to Loma. They was gonna feed Denny to Loma. They from the same country.
No, they said they was never gonna fight though. That's why they said that they was never gonna fight.
No,
So
They
maybe
did
that's
Loma,
why
say that.
Loma
They
sat
did
out.
say that free. They
Maybe
did
maybe
say
that's why they set out. But
no, Loma
but he
is
ain't came back,
Loma
so that's
wants
what I'm saying. It's still kind of weird.
Loma wants to be undisputed. He would have fought Denny to be undisputed.
I believe
He
that
wants to be
too.
undisputed. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only goal that he said he has that he hasn't fulfilled. He's made money. The only goal he ever had that he hasn't fulfilled was to be undisputed. The one chance that he had an opportunity where they was going to call him the undisputed champion, he lost to Tio. The other chance was when he was fighting Devin Haney. He lost to Devin Haney. Now he got to go and get all of these belts individually. He's not motivated because he know I got to be Tank Davis, I got to be Shakur Stevenson, and now I got to turn around and be Keyshawn Davis. Nah, I ain't going through all that. Which one would you say is the weakest one out of the link?
Tank Davis.
You say Tank Davis is the weakest one?
Out of who?
No, I say out of Keyshawn, Shakur, and Tank. Which one is the weakest one?
Oh,
All
to
of
be
them are
honest,
hard
I don't
fights.
know.
All of
I
them
ain't
are
gonna lie.
hard
You know what
fights
I'm
for
saying? You
Loma.
can't even really say weakest on those three. Like
Yeah, it's hard to say free. All three of them
Tank,
good
and
to me.
like what Shakur would say is Tank is the littlest. So I
I would say
mean,
all of them are hard fights for Loma, but you got to pick which one is the weakest out of those. Because I got to go fight one of these three and get their belt, and then fight one of these other two to get their belt, and then fight the last one for undisputed. So you're gonna go weakest to strongest.
it's
So you got to figure out.
styles make fights. So
I would
I
I
think
would.
he
say
would struggle with. I'm gonna tell you right now. I think he would struggle with. I think Keyshawn would be the harder fight for him because of. It's gonna sound crazy. I think Keyshawn will be the harder fight because Keyshawn comes forward, he's physical, and I think Keyshawn will put more pressure on Lomo. I think Tank will be the one that might get him out of there. I think Shakur could possibly be the easier fight because of his hands. I'm just breaking it down the way I see it, folks. Don't nobody get mad at me. That's just how I feel.
yeah. I see
Talk
Shakur
your
might
talk,
be the
CDK.
I see Shakur might be the weakest out of the bunch
Yeah,
because of his hands.
yeah,
I still think Tank is the hardest because I think with Keyshawn, the lack of experience, Loma can feed off of that, the lack of
yeah.
experience. So I still think Tank will be the hardest because Tank has the experience and he has the equalizer and he can box with Loma.
But you know
Keyshawn,
what's leaving out
Keyshawn,
free?
huh?
Are we gonna not cutting you off? But the thing with Tank right now, and we keeping it real, Tank is going through some of that Jamal Charlo type of activity right now. And what I mean by that is Tank has a lot going on outside the ring that could possibly throw him off. I think Keyshawn is focused, like he's focused on boxing. Tank to me, if he's focused, is the best. But
I
I
don't
don't know
think
what's going on.
I don't think Tank got anything going on outside the ring. I think people are making it that he has something going on outside the ring. I don't think
You
he
don't
has
think
anything.
you don't think he has like any mental health issues? I mean, I could
No,
be wrong.
no, I don't
Well,
think there's
what's going
nothing going
on?
on with Tank.
Why is he trying to call off the Lamont Rose fight? I'm asking you because I'm just
He's
asking.
not he's not calling off the Lamont Rose fight.
So it's
Tank
just
is in.
talk.
People are saying that.
Okay.
Tank ain't nobody heard Tank say anything. Tank is training right now. Lamont Roach
Okay.
is the one that's out drinking and celebrating at hockey games and stuff like that. Tank is in training right now.
Well, if Lamont
Tank
Rose
ain't-
is out celebrating, if he's out celebrating, he's gonna get beat this time. If he's doing what you say he's doing, he's gonna lose. And I
see,
hope he's not doing it.
that's the thing. Like people out here saying, "Oh, Tank is doing this, Tank is doing that." Tank hasn't said anything. Nobody's heard from Tank. As far as we know, Tank has been training. Only people that had spoken to Tank was trainers, and they said he's working out. He was in my camp working out, getting ready.
Do you think that he needs to continue to now run away from Calvin, or do you think? I think Calvin Ford is the best trainer when it comes to Tank ever. If he's in Tank corner, they look wonderful together. What is going on with that? I mean, just we don't know. We just making assumptions and trying to guess. What do y'all think going on with that?
I don't think it's anything going on.
It has to. Okay, Free. Say for me, you're my trainer, and all of a sudden out the blue, I decide I want to go somewhere else. But if we haven't lost, I'm undefeated. We just keeping it real. Something has to be there for me to say I don't.
Hold on. When did Tank go somewhere else?
Well, right now he's not with Calvin Ford, and Calvin Ford, he went with the last fight. Is Barry Hunter was the main trainer. So I'm saying we know he's doing something.
Hold up. Barry Hunter has always been in camp with Tank.
No, but he's never been the main trainer for it. He's never been the main
trainer. Whether Barry Hunter said it out of his own mouth. I might not have been the head trainer, but I was given the instructions. If you ever seen Calvin, hold up, listen. Go watch Tank Davis fight when Calvin Ford is in front of. No, listen. Let me finish what I'm saying. Watch Tank Davis fights when Calvin Ford is in front of him. Look where Tank Davis get his instruction from. It's not Calvin Ford.
Hey,
Calvin Ford asked him, "How you feeling? You all right? Okay. Let me ask you this.
I would say that would be the truth, but I remember Tank fighting what's the name? Yorgos Gamboa. Calvin Ford gave all the instructions. So I know that's not true, and I ain't saying on your end. I'm saying what Barry Hunter's saying is not true. I've seen Calvin Ford give out the instructions. I've heard other people say that when Calvin talks to him, he pays attention. Yes, I don't remember. I can't recall a time that Barry Hunter gave instructions. I don't know about y'all, but I can't recall a time on him actually giving out the instructions. I went back and actually watched some fights because Barry Hunter said that. And I've always heard Calvin talking in the corner. So I don't know what Barry's talking about, but I've always heard Calvin giving him those real pep talks and talking. I can go back. I wish we could pull up every fight right now.
I'm just looking at it as if this is a guy. This is a guy that's
right though.
If this is a guy that's always been in his camp, and he using him as the head trainer, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't. Anyway. But now, what about this guy that he got now that's not in his camp? Free. We have to go ahead. Listen, I'm riding with Tank.
Hold on. Say the name again.
The new guy. What's his name? I can't think of his name. He got somebody right now that's been doing interviews that is actually training. He's been doing interviews, so I know it's
some of the guy. You talking about the guy down in Florida? Muhammad?
No, not him. I know exactly what you're talking about. Not him. Not messing with AB. Tank has somebody else in his corner right now, and he is there, and I cannot think of his name, and I'm trying to look him up now. But Tank is not using any one of the people that he used before. And this was
PDK.
Yes, sir.
Are you referencing Mustafa Mickens out of Atlanta, Georgia?
Yes, sir. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, Mustafa said Tank he's not training Tank. He said Tank is just working out with him.
Okay. And Free, that's cool, but what is going on with all that? We got to keep it real. We all Tank fans.
No, it's y'all reading too much into it because a guy goes work out with somebody that has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, hey, Free, you've been in the ring, I've been in the ring. When you start doing all that switching up like that, something's going on. Now I'm coming from a place of listen, Tank and Moose, it's cool. It's fight time now, right? It's fight time. When I can go anywhere and work out. We keeping it real. I can go anywhere and work out around the world. I can go anywhere and train who I want to train with. But now it's fight time. And when it's fight time, I have no business being nowhere but with who? The people that got me here. So what I'm saying is this right here. I'm riding with Tank. I want Tank to knock Lamont Roach out. I'm with Tank 100%. But there is something going on. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. I want Tank to take care
Yeah,
of business.
because y'all looking for something.
No, I'm
Like
not
it,
looking for anything. I'm not looking for anything.
I'm telling you, y'all
I'm
looking for
going live.
something.
Hey, let me
Because
educate them.
hold on,
B3.
hold
No,
up,
I'm
hold
saying
up,
B3. What do you
hold up.
think?
But see, the thing is,
Go ahead, CDK.
if the man
No,
said
hold on.
if the man say I'm not training Tank Davis, he's just working out in my gym. Maybe Tank Davis want a new scenery. He said
Why?
I'm not. He said I'm not his trainer. He's just working out here.
Let me
Okay,
say
I
this, CDK,
agree.
real quick. Let me say this.
Go ahead, B3.
Mustafa Mickens he's always gone down there and worked with Mustafa. That's where he sparred Brian Norman Jr.
Yep,
years back.
I
So
remember.
that's what I'm
Yep,
saying. So that's familiar territory. So you gotta, I mean, he's moving around. So if he wants to be in Atlanta, then he may be down there training with, that's his Georgia training spot. You see what I'm
possible.
saying?
Yep, possibility.
So it's not necessary, but I definitely understand your perspective.
Thank you.
Like why you train? I mean,
It's
he just
easy
went. That's
because it's easy to see. I mean,
yeah.
anybody can see it. I've talked to a million different people about this. Something is going on. I might be wrong, and Free probably could be possibly right. Free be right about a lot of things. All I'm saying is this: there's something that ain't matching or mixing well. I'm listening to Coach Kenny. See, Coach Kenny throw you off too. Mike could be the possible. I might listen to him too much because he be talking about stuff sometimes that make me think I don't know what he talking about. I ain't gonna get off into that. But something is going on with Tank as far as I don't know if him and Coach Calvin or have had some kind of problem. I hope not, because at the end of the day, I root for Coach Calvin. Coach Calvin, my type of guy, man. You know what I'm saying? He do a lot in the community. He rock with the
100%.
kids. That's my type of people right there. So I love what Coach Calvin's doing, and I hope
Absolutely.
Tank and him ride to the wheels fall off. I ain't one of those people that actually want to see something go wrong. You see what I'm saying? B3 and Free. I ain't one of those people that's hoping that
I'm just
something is
going by
wrong.
what both the guys are saying. I'm going
I
by
know, no.
everybody.
I'm just saying, but if
No,
I take my own eyes and look at it, I'm looking at what I've been seeing. I'm only saying that I don't know what's going on, but somewhere Tank got something going on. It might, I don't know what it is. It can be baby mama problems. I don't know what it is. It can be anything. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be nothing major.
I mean, like I said, I don't see anything going on. Like I haven't seen Tank, so
Yeah,
every time I somebody said, "Oh, Tank has worked with this person," they say, "No, I'm not working with Tank. He's just working out.
yes, sir.
I'm not Tank's trainer. He's just working out down here." So for people to say, "Oh, something is going on with between Calvin Ford and Tank," what Tank said, Calvin Ford is not going nowhere. Calvin Ford said, "There's nothing going on with me and Tank." So
Hey,
if these
Free,
two
you
guys
right.
are saying it's nothing going on, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it's something going on. There's something going on." No, I'm taking their word until I see
If you know, hey,
Calvin
Free,
Ford is not in his corner.
let me
I'm taking what their word is. He said
yeah, let me tell
Calvin
you
Ford is
something
not
though.
going
You know
nowhere.
how many times somebody told the mother and father-in-law something going on in the marriage, and a month later they was divorced. It goes on all the time like that. So we can't never. I'm saying we got to be able to open our eyes up and say what we possibly see. I ain't saying I'm wrong, right. I'm saying I just feel like there's something off. There's
I
something
don't,
a little
but
off with what's
I
going on.
I would
I
say
feel like
that
it wasn't. Listen, this is what I'm gonna say then. I'll put it this. I'll go this way. I don't feel like Tank was the same fighter that he's been. It could be that him and Lamont Rose know each other. It can be that him and Lamont Rose are too close. It can be that it can be anything. Lamont Rose could be a better fighter. I'm just saying I feel like something wasn't right in that fight with Tank. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
no.
leaving it.
I think Tank Davis took Lamont Roach likely, and
Okay, I go with that. Free.
he felt like he was going to beat him. But when it comes
I
to
go with that. I
something
go with that. Free. I go with that.
when we talk about, oh, is something going on with Tank and Calvin Ford, until I see something that's out of the ordinary, I'm not jumping to conclusion, because like we said, Tank has worked with these guys before. These are
Yeah.
not guys that he's never worked with before. He's worked with these guys before. And these guys say, no, I'm not his trainer. He's just working out down here. He might have wanted a different scenery. He said, okay, I tried to work out in the DMV. It didn't work for me. I'm going to go somewhere else and work out. He's not going to Vegas because Floyd is over there. He don't want to deal with the Floyd situation.
I understand
so like, I'm not going to Vegas. So he's going to another spot where he's familiar with, which is Atlanta. And he said, I'm comfortable working down in Atlanta, so let me go down to Atlanta and work out. So I just think I don't think it's nothing out of the ordinary. Tank has always moved around and worked out.
I agree 100% with what you said. It couldn't be, but man, I just always get a good sense on people, and I just feel like there's something is off. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you for real. With this Tank and Calvin situation, only reason I say this. I can work out all around the world free, but if you're my trainer, you're my trainer. If I say D free my trainer, man, D free my trainer. And at the end of the day, I can do everything under the sun. But when we get in that ring, it's gonna be me and you right there, sitting right there in that corner. I'm gonna be listening to you. You're gonna be giving me that prison or jail talk or whatever that you gave me all the time and telling me get the bid. B3, I'm over. What I'm saying?
Nah. Let me say this to you, CDK.
Yeah.
I think you got a great point, and what I'm thinking about when you speaking is when Tank was talking about retirement.
Yeah.
You know, he keeps talking about retirement. So, like you saying, he's trying to find a Jake Paul retirement type fight. You know.
Yep. You
He
understand what
brought,
I'm saying?
yeah, because I mean, be coming from where he come from, like he said, he already a legend.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, if Loma or De Los Santos can take $3 million and turn it into 150 million or whatever in the Ukraine or the Dominican Republic, so can an American, so can Tank. You know,
Yeah.
go live like a king and relax and enjoy your family, raise your family, or do whatever. You know,
That's
Now,
what
but
what I will say is,
he said it better than I said.
do we know that Calvin Floyd is not in Atlanta?
No, free. What he just said is kind of what I'm trying to say, and now it makes it look. He said it better than I can say it. What I'm saying is free. Like there's some. It could be the money. It could be anything. It don't have to be number Calvin. I think Tank could be mad about a lot of things. And what you went to back there to free, I think he could have took him lightly. I believe all that. I'm saying I don't know where to start at with what we've seen. I've seen Lamont Rowe fight quite a few times, and I just feel like Tank, man, the Tank that I know is a better fighter than Lamont Roach. Can we come to that conclusion? Y'all, what do y'all think? Do you think that, I mean, what do you think, Free?
If Tank is on his A game, I believe he's a better fighter.
Right.
But
me too.
That's going based off of the fights that I've seen Tank Davis in, and based off the fights that I've seen Lamont Roach in.
Right.
But who's to say if Lamont Roach is on his A game, he's not one of these top fighters? Like most people just overlook Lamont Roach like Lamont Roach is not that good. I'm like, I've been saying it before Tank got in the ring with Lamont Roach. I'm like, nah, Lamont Roach is a lot better than what y'all think he is. Y'all looking at the Jamel Herring and saying, oh, Jamel Herring beat him. Well, y'all forgot about the last round, the 11th round when he almost stopped Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring wasn't just beating Lamont Roach up. He won the fight, but he didn't beat Lamont Roach up. Lamont Roach wasn't all knotted up and everything. So it was a fight that got away from him, and he lost to Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring was on his A game that night. Lamont Roach wasn't. But that can happen to anybody because Tank Davis can go out here and fight one of these guys that we believe is a prospect and go out there and lose.
Yeah, you're right.
Tank Davis ain't what we thought he was. It just means that guy was on his A game and Tank Davis was off.
That's it, Free. And I agree 100% with you. That's what I'm like you and one. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's anything there that we missing.
I'm gonna tell you like I tell my kids. When you go looking for something, you're gonna find something you ain't want to see. Yeah, I don't go looking for something. Now, if something pops out, then I say, okay, let's talk about it. But like I said, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. If it was something out of the ordinary, like if he was training in Denver, Colorado, and I'd be like, hold on, Tank don't ever train in Denver, Colorado. Why are you out there? Who do you know out there? If he was training in daggone Green Bay, Wisconsin, I'm like, hold up, why is he out in Green Bay? He ain't never trained out there before. But he's in spots where he normally trains at. He was in the DMV, the first fight with Lamar Rose. Now he's in Atlanta. Normally he trains in Vegas, but him and Floyd got their issues, so he's not going to Vegas. So he came to Baltimore and he was training in DC. And he said, you know what? I need to get away from the people that I'm familiar with because I'm letting too many people talk to me. I need to be somewhere where I can be more focused. So he's going down to Atlanta where he feel he can be more focused being down in Atlanta. And like I said, we don't know that Calvin Ford is not down there helping him train. We don't know that. We just know that he's at a gym that Mustafa used.
Yeah, and now that I gotta 100% agree with you on. I just hope that it ain't. I'm hoping that it ain't none. I hope Tank take care of business and whatever happens after that, he chest the naysayers up. Just like I'm a Devin Haney fan. See, I'm a fan of both of them. I ain't one of these guys that I don't have like to pick. I feel like you don't have to pick one of those guys that hate the other one. I feel like you can like both of them, and I like both of those guys. So
No,
I'm
I
a
mean,
that.
that's why I
Go
said
ahead.
I don't get wrapped up in these fighters because
Right.
I like the action. Whoever
Me
wins
too.
is
Me
whoever
too.
wins. I'm gonna give credit to whoever won the fight, and I'm gonna be critical of the one that lost the fight, what they could have did better, what they did wrong. But
Right.
I'm not a fan of none of these fighters. I'm a supporter of them, but I'm not a fan of these fighters because if I become a fan, then I overlook the stuff that they're doing wrong. Because
Definitely.
like I said,
Definitely.
I know how I am. Now other people are different. They can be a fan and still criticize them. But I know me like I am with the Washington Commanders. You can't tell me nothing wrong about the Washington Commanders because I'm gonna find the good in everything that you say is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Lions for me. You can't tell
Right.
me nothing
So
bad about the Lions.
I'm gonna find the good in everything. You say, oh well, why you pick up that person? Well, see, you understand his athletic
Yeah.
score
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this, and that. He's
Yeah.
more athletic than what y'all see on tape. So that's how I am. But that's why I say I can't be a fan because, like I said, if I'm gonna be a fan of anybody, it will be one of the Russells. And I'm not a fan of the Russells. I support the Russells. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of them because I
Yeah.
can tell when he lost to Alberto, I told everybody what was the reason why he lost to Alberto. They're like, oh, Free, you bring too hard on him. I think he was robbed. Nah, he wasn't robbed. He got away from the game plan. And when he beat El Rayo, they asked him, are you planning on fighting Alberto? He said, yeah, because they said, what happened in the fight? Uh, I let the game, he said, I didn't follow the game plan.
Yeah. And I
Try to
know
tell
he's a
y'all.
better fighter. He's a better fighter than Alberto, in my
I try
opinion.
to tell y'all. He didn't follow the
Oh, you
game
know,
plan.
I
That man
agree
got
with
away
you
from
on
the game.
now. That's one thing that me and you agree 100% on because you know, I rock with Gary Antoine, man. That's my guy right there, one of my favorite fighters. So everything you were saying, I was listening to you, and I was like, yeah, I can agree with that.
No,
And
no,
man,
he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat nothing. I don't care because if I sugarcoat it, then you like, well, that shit. He family. If he said I'm doing everything right, I must be doing everything right. Nah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
he ain't gonna listen to the people he don't know. He gonna listen to the people that he do know.
yeah,
So if he
yeah,
listen to the people that he do know, he gonna take more criticism. He gonna take and go off that criticism. Say, okay, let me make sure I do this thing because he said this, and I know he ain't gonna tell me nothing wrong.
yeah.
So
Well,
that's why
hey,
I said
bro,
I can't.
I'm finna get out of here, man. I gotta go cook my old lady a Mother's Day dinner or take her out one of the two. It depends
That's
on
a
what she.
better.
Damn, she called me Chef Boy RC. So I might.
Pre-
Hey,
appreciate.
I'm
Hey,
Chef Boy D.
That's right. That's right. Hey man, I'm a
hey,
bad
CDK.
man.
Let me just say this real quick, man. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day from B3 Picks and B3 Boxing Picks, man. Y'all go to my channel, not another boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks, and subscribe. And please go to B3 Boxing Picks on all socials and subscribe. Check out the videos, check out the content. I do have big boxing picks. I did catch Anthony Kakasi knockout plus 185. I did get Corey Marksman on Friday, um, plus money on a knockout as well on a stoppage. So y'all tap in with me. Some more content coming out this week, man.
Hey B3, you also had Navarrete and what's his name not going the distance, and that
I
fight.
Yeah, see, and that's why I like to do. And I was gonna speak on that in the video, but I'll chop it up with you real quick. I know you gotta go,
No, go
but
ahead.
that's why I do not go the distance in a lot of fights. Instead of doing a knockout, is because you covered on cuts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the fight not going the distance based off of the performances I've seen of Navarrete and what I thought Suarez had coming. You know what I'm saying? He was punching. I could tell. And I just thought that it was going to be a firefight. I did
Yeah,
have Navarrete more than likely getting a late stoppage, but that's why I just took the not to go the distance. You see what I'm saying?
yep,
So
yep.
yeah, I covered on that.
Yeah, you definitely covered on that. It makes sense, man. Free, you got
Hmm.
anything coming up?
Yeah, I will be doing some football updates because we got the
Nice.
rookie mini camp that started last week. So I'll be giving up some updates of what undrafted free agents signed and what undrafted free agents is still out there on the market because they didn't get picked up the teams that they worked out for. So I will be doing a live stream. Probably not tomorrow. Probably be either Tuesday or Wednesday. But I keep everybody updated.
One question, Free. Does
Yeah.
Shador Sanders start at the beginning of the season?
Yes.
I think so
Shador
too.
Sanders will be a starter at the beginning of the season. Mark my word. Matter of fact, if there's a bet out there
Deshaun
that
injured.
you could take it, nah, based off of he's going to outperform everybody because right now
He's already looking good.
Deshaun Watson is not going to be able to start because he tore his Achilles
Yep.
for the third time. So
Wow.
for he's not going to be able to start because well, I should say the second time because I don't think that's what happened in Houston. But when he got taken out last year, he had tore his Achilles. He had surgery on it, and then he turned around and tore it again right after he
Yep.
had surgery. So he's going to be out the beginning of the season. So if he was healthy, he probably would start because of how much money they're paying him. But everybody else that's in
Looking
camp,
good, PD. Yep.
Shador is gonna perform better than everybody else that they got in camp right now.
He's already
Who?
doing that, Free. He's already doing that. And he's already looking good.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the what I do see, and man, he's looking good, man. He's throwing the
Yeah,
ball,
I
dropping
told
on.
I told everybody. I told everybody when I was doing the draft, when I was calling the draft, I said there's going to be a lot of teams that passed up on Sador. They're going to regret that they passed up on him because he's going to go out
Yeah,
here and he's going to look good. He's going to look good for whatever team he go to. He's going to look good. Now, how many wins would that translate? It all depends on how good the team is, but
yeah,
he's going to look good.
yeah. You're right. He looks good, man. What's good, TD? Man,
Salute
listen,
to the homie Thomas.
yeah, man, yeah, we're finna get out of here. Happy Mother's Day. I'm gonna find out what my old lady want to do, and we're gonna do that. It's her day, so I'm out of here.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Peace.